Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Taurus and Scorpio on Tuesdays. For those of you guys who are interested, the deck that I'm using today is called the Ostara Tarot. That's O-S-T-A-R-A Tarot. And as always, if you guys are interested in getting a personal reading, the information is in the description below. And just as a heads up, sometimes the cards like to flip over in the deck. I do see them, however, I usually don't take them unless they jump out like these ones have. And usually if they jump out in groups that are too big, I'll go ahead and put them back. And I'll keep shuffling until I get you guys roughly 1 or 2 more cards so we can have 8 or 9 cards. And now that we have 8 cards, we can get started on your reading. But I do want to remind you guys that in case you enjoy the reading, and the best way to let me know is by leaving a like or a comment. But your overall energy here, Taurus, is the 4 of Wands. Now, the 4 of Wands is actually a very good energy to have, especially when it comes to commitment, because the 4 of Wands is my commitment level up card, right? So I think that for a lot of you guys, you might be looking at relationships where you're looking at some kind of boost in commitment, right? Like I mentioned earlier, it's a level up. So whatever that looks like to you is what's going to happen next. So for some of you guys, I'm seeing that you might be moving in together. For some of you guys, you might be going official now. I do see some kind of marriage or proposals for some of you guys, but certainly I see that there's some kind of emphasis on commitment here. It's very interesting here because we have the Justice and the Ace of Cups both in reverse. So to me, the Ace of Cups is a new beginning in love. And the fact that it's in reverse makes me feel like there's this element of sort of not a renewal, but of a continuation. Normally, I would say that it's like a missed opportunity or a new beginning in love that doesn't happen. But because we have sort of this overall energy of commitment and of progression, it feels like there's a continuation here. It feels very much like fixed energy. The cups are also water energy. So for some of you guys, that might be like Scorpio influence. You might have Scorpio placements or something similar. But with the Justice in reverse, there's almost this feeling of something that has gone unsaid or hasn't been done yet. So I'm certainly getting that there's something that you guys need to sort out first before this can happen. But the intention of moving forward is there. And for some of you, I'm also getting now that even though this wanting to move forward is here, it might not happen right now immediately, but it's there. And it's not going to be because you guys don't want to. It's going to be because you guys can't at the particular moment. Either way, moving forward, you have the Queen of Cups as well as the Two of Cups. Now, the Two of Cups is phenomenal energy to have in combination with the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands and the Two of Cups are both very love-centric cards. We have higher commitment over here, and we have heavy soulmate energy over here. So I think that a lot of you guys are seeing like this really dreamy, lovey-dovey kind of energy, right? We have 2 lovebirds here sort of snuggled up with 2 cups of what looks like to be tea. So I think that you guys are spending a lot of quality time together. And I see the the Queen of Cups, but because I said King as well, it might not necessarily be that feminine energy. I think that for a lot of you guys, it's actually funny enough, there's the sound of running water right now. So I'm getting that there's a lot of water energy. And for a lot of you guys, that might mean love. And I think that there's going to be a lot of emotion here. I'm almost getting like spilling the beans kind of energy. So I think that you guys are going to see a lot of things that haven't been said in the past. And I think that that's going to make way for this progression in love. There's like this energy of coming forth as well, because we have the Page of Wands here and the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Wands is in reverse, however. So it's almost like this person wants to come forth in a way that isn't like passionate and reckless. They want to come forth in a way that's very stable and powerful, because the Pentacles have that longevity to continue forward, whereas sometimes the Wands have that tendency to burn out. And I think that this is probably a person that you have some history with. And I think that in the past, they may have tried that passionate approach. And while the passionate approach is very fun and very light and fluffy and whatever, I feel like it doesn't have that longevity that they want now. And that's why they're really coming forth with this page energy. It's also very interesting that I see the Knight of Wands with the Page of Wands, and they're both in reverse. So to some degree, this feels like progression to me. It feels like even though the Wands and that sort of passionate, fiery energy isn't the focus, it's still going to be there in the background, and it's still going to be to a healthy degree, because, you know, that needs to be there in order for you to actually be able to have a healthy connection. And it's very interesting here because we have this Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the Seven of Pentacles talks about getting your sort of equal output for what your input is. So I feel like whenever we see the Seven of Pentacles, it talks about you putting in a lot of work into a situation and getting that back. But because it's in reverse, it almost feels like there's this energy of not quite getting what you've been putting into the relationship. And I feel like that is in part due to the fact that we have, you know, this Justice in reverse and this Ace of Cups in reverse. It feels like these two energies are very much connected in the sense that not everything is being said here and not everything is being done here. There's like some invisible blocks here, some blockages that you don't necessarily see, but your partner is really struggling with. So I would recommend to be as supportive as you can, because I feel like your partner needs it to some degree. I don't know why they're not telling you whatever it is that they're not telling you, but it feels as if they're almost drowning in their own emotions, because I'm looking at this Queen of Cups and it looks like she's asking for help. I usually don't plug my other videos, but I did recently do a pick-a-paw reading that you can still find on my channel. That's What Aren't They Telling Me? So that might be helpful for you guys if you're a little bit more curious on what this is. But for sure, the Knight of Wands in reverse, like I was saying earlier, is another version of this message, right? And usually these Knight and Pages in reverse have a lot of immaturity tied to them. So I feel like this person is trying to really fight off that immaturity. I feel like they're trying to be as mature as they possibly can, and they're trying to acknowledge that they're not perfect, and they're trying to acknowledge that they have things that they have to work on. And I feel like this person is trying their best, but no matter what they do, I don't think that they have the Seven of Pentacles energy where they put in input and it, you know, gives them the desired output. I feel like this person is working through a lot of stuff right now, and a lot of it is trial and error. And, you know, when there's that error, there's not a whole lot of benefit that comes from it besides knowing that that's not the right approach. So even though I see that there's this want of love, there's this want to move forward, the want to have everything be equal, fair, and lovey-dovey, like all this is here, but there's like this blockage over here. For some reason, even though this Page of Stability is here, I feel like they might be putting forth the stability, but they're not really getting emotionally invested entirely, even though they've already spilled the beans. It's like they've 50% come forth with their emotions, and they're trying to come forth with this stability. So all in all, I think your partner means well. It's just that life is very difficult and strange for them right now, and they're trying to do the best with what they've got. But that was your reading first time around, Taurus. If you enjoyed, please leave a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel. And I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new videos for Taurus on Tuesdays. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I have up on the channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.